Welcome to the recap of Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku. Episode 3 begins with the Iwagakure village chief being mutilated, stabbed, and wounded all over his body, but despite all these, he remained alive while the rest of the shinobi, including a young, bored-looking Gabimaru, looked perplexed and shocked at what they're seeing. In the present, Gabimaru and Sagiri just landed on the island with a canoe. Sagiri looks with wonder and Gabimaru asks her if she didn't believe the island is real all this time. He also tells her that the elixir of life exists but is not sure if it's on the island. As they move further into the island, Gabimaru breaks his bindings, much to Sagiri's annoyance. Gabimaru argued that it doesn't make sense to have his hands tied, but Sagiri insisted and even threatened to behead him if he break the rules. Reluctantly, Gabimaru agrees, and as he was about to have his hands tied, a ball and chain weapon suddenly hits him, sending him flying. It turns out he was attacked by another condemned criminal called Twisted Keiun, while his monitor, Kisho, stands next to him looking unbothered. While Keiun celebrated getting rid of one criminal, Gabimaru gets up, looking unfazed by the attack. It is revealed that Keiun used to be a warrior monk who fell in love with his weapons while training and has a reputation for stealing over 100 weapons by killing other warriors. Then Gabimaru points out to Sagiri that Keiun doesn't have his hand bound. Sagiri questions Kisho about this, and he accuses her of being too rigid, and he doesn't want to argue with the criminal about trivial matters like that. Gabimaru tells the rest that they don't need to waste time fighting each other, but Keiun reveals his plans to get rid of other criminals, with Gabimaru being the first, and he is excited to test his weapons on him. As usual, Gabimaru doesn't want to fight, but as he is left with no choice, is determined to kill Keiun. As the fight was about to begin, Sagiri reminds Gabimaru to bind his hands. While tying his hands, Keiun attacks him with several weapons which break on impact. Then, using one of the weapons, Gabimaru lifts the massive Keiun into the air and impales him with a spear. However, this was blocked by armor sewn into Keiun's body. At this point, Gabimaru becomes serious, and in the next scene, we see Keiun impaled by all his weapons. Seeing Keiun defeated, Kisho steps forward to behead him and began walking away with the severed head, saying he was heading back. Gabimaru was expecting a fight, but Kisho tells him they were neither allies nor enemies. He points out the other criminals had either started reducing their numbers or forming alliances before they landed on the shore. Also, he tells Gabimaru and Sagiri that their main priority is not to follow rules, but to bring back the elixir of life. He warns the duo that the table will turn soon and unpredictable events will happen. As he was talking, we see one of the Asemen being killed and eaten by the giant criminal, and other criminals being either killed by each other or by their Asemen monitors. Lastly, before departing, he lets them know that the Iwagakure shinobi may arrive soon, and also a new clan leader of the Asemen may be selected after this job. As Sagiri ponders on this new information as well as the nature of the man she's been traveling with, when she is suddenly attacked by Gabimaru. In a brief flashback, we learn Gabimaru's parents were killed by the village chief because they tried to leave the village after having their child. While carrying a baby Gabimaru, the village chief tells him that having familial ties and emotions makes people weak, and weak people can't protect anyone. In the present, Sagiri and Gabimaru battle fiercely. Sagiri tells Gabimaru that he's breaking the rules, but Gabimaru says he wants to find the elixir of life before the Iwagakure arrives, and she is holding him back. He wants to give her a painless death. However, Gabimaru wonders while he is feeling hesitant to finish off Sagiri. He thinks of his wife, who tells him that it is okay if he doesn't feel like killing. He blames himself for developing emotions that affect his duties, as there are times he felt hatred towards someone who threatens his wife or felt sympathy for Target because they had a family. He regrets having these emotions because he believes they make him weak, and that is why he can't finish off Sagiri. On the other hand, Sagiri notices Gabimaru is holding back, but she believes he still needs to be executed. She tries to fend off Gabimaru as best as she could, but she discovered she is outmatched. She questions if Gabimaru still has any emotions, and this pissed Gabimaru off, disarming her and putting her in a position to deal the final blow. However, he felt his wife holding him back. Sagiri also notices this and remembers all the times she's seen him kill. He felt remorseful as shown by his face. She comforts Gabimaru, telling him that he is not weak for having emotions, rather it is a strength to face them and that he is not his old self anymore. She also confirms to herself that she needs to also face her own emotions to be stronger. In another part of the island, a condemned criminal, Gantetsusai, and is a seaman monitor, Fuchi looks around their environment. Suddenly, Gantetsusai notices a strange butterfly on his hand. As the weird bug flies away, he notices it has a human face and a stinger. Suddenly, he remembers the survivor covered by flowers and immediately cuts his hand and then the strange-looking butterfly. To their surprise, the chopped-off hand is immediately covered by flowers. As they are being surrounded by strange-looking bugs, they noticed weird-looking giants standing up and then turning to face them. Meanwhile, Sagiri and Gabimaru are being also surrounded by strange-looking bugs while facing a giant fish-like creatures, and Gabimaru gets ready to fight. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to find out what happens in the next episode.